following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making their way to the ring, being accompanied by Yamaguchi-san at a combined weight of 435 pounds, Kanyon members Teioh and Funaki. And their opponents at a combined weight of 531 pounds from Cameron, North Carolina, Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Boys.
Well, Shane, it's great to see the Hardy Boys in competition here. We've seen them a number of times before, but never on Sunday Night Heat. And Kai and Ty, they look like they are ready and loaded for bear. What else is going to happen here tonight on Heat? What other revelations are we going to receive?
I don't know, I'm pumped up. Tonight here on Heat is the debut of the Hardy Boys. They're taking on Kai and Ty. I'm pumped up. You know this is going to be super fast. You know this match is going to be unbelievable.
It sure is. And Stridex, by the way, presents Breakdown in your house tonight, live following Heat and exclusively on pay-per-view. Triple clean your skin with Stridex medicated pads. And it wasn't too long ago that Jeff Hardy was using Stridex because he just turned 20 years old. These kids, I am really just knocked out by the Hardy Boys.
Oh!
Kai and Ty.
Oh, yeah! Nice!
The Hardy Boys are a tremendous testament to dedication and perseverance. Matt Hardy, he's 24 years old. He's been a professional wrestler since he was 18. Jeff Hardy, 20 years old.
Oh, yeah! Man, they're sick! Sick!
And he's been a pro since he was 16. Oh. I think these kids are dynamite. But Kai and Ty, talk about some dynamite, comes in small packages.
Funaki in there. Oh, man, Jeff Hardy goes down.
I can't wait, Shane, to hear Austin's reaction to Vince McMahon's new stipulation. If there's any outside interference in the triple threat match for the title tonight at Breakdown, then Austin will be stripped of the championship. I can't wait to hear his reaction to the fact that he is going to have to face Mark Henry inside a steel cage tonight on Heat.
I can't believe we're having a steel cage match here right on Heat. Oh! And the cover, 1, 2, and almost.
Almost got him. Let's face it, the only thing that your pop hasn't done is kidnapped a member of Austin's family and held him for ransom.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my. Woo.
The whole deck is stacked against Steve Austin here tonight from the word go. He's going to face the world's strongest man inside a steel cage. He's going to come back just a few hours later in the same building. In the same building at Breakdown, and he's going to have a triple threat match against Kane and The Undertaker.
Funaki, yeah! Nice bulldog.
And neither Kane nor The Undertaker are allowed to defeat each other. It's either going to be a situation where they defeat Austin or Austin defeats one of them.
Oh, nice double drop kick. You know, just for the record, I have a very uneasy feeling in my stomach because this is a personal issue between my dad and Stone Cold. All right? You know, I never get this uneasy feeling, but I know if this continues, something catastrophic is going to happen. I know that. I'm sensing it.
Well, it's getting out of hand, and it's getting out of hand quick, this personal situation. Wait a minute.
Hey, here we go.
Look at the Hardys' teamwork.
Oh, nice.
Brother, Kai and Ty had a malfunction at the junction, a little pile up there. And the Hardys, they look to be setting up.
Oh, hold on. Jeff going airborne. Oh, my God. He missed. Oh, my, his back is, it's got to be broken.
Can you believe that? He went for it all. A high-risk move, and he got none of it.
And look at Funaki and Teioh. They are experienced. They don't care that they just got his back broken. That's it. Single one man out. That's what you got to do. Single again. Oh, nice snap suplex.
Jeff Hardy, he is very well could be incapacitated out there on the floor, and now it's Funaki and Teioh in a 2-on-1 situation with Matt Hardy.
Oh!
Miscue with the flag.
Drop kick. To the outside. Nice! Uh-oh. The tag, man, these guys are crazy. The Hardy Boys are crazy.
Matt Hardy.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Top rope.
Matt and Jeff. Jeff and Matt up top. And, forget about it. 2 and, yeah, impressive. Very impressive.
They won it.
That's an upset. That's an upset. Look at that, debut on Heat. Oh, you gotta give props to that. Congratulations.
The Hardy Boys, perseverance, dedication paid off. They have
Hardy Boys, way to go, man. Matter of fact, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I can't wait to see that match here tonight. One on Heat, and again, another one on the pay-per-view or breakdown. Austin's popularity is just simply amazing. Earlier today,
we are back on Sunday Night Heat. Rock Bottom begins at the top of the hour live on pay-per-view. The Buried Alive match, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker will take a tour of that. Still to come.
Oh, boy.
You think that you're better? Then you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
What will the humiliation chain of Team Corporate last week on Raw mean for DX tonight?
I don't think it was humiliation of Team Corporate. You know, the Outlaws made a career mistake. They didn't join the corporation. Membership definitely has its privileges. And to quote a great person here in the World Wrestling Federation, my boss, you can do things the easy way or you can do things the hard way. Outlaws chose the hard way.
And for their deeds last week, the Outlaws, courtesy of Commissioner Shawn Michaels, have been ordered to defend the tag team titles tonight on Rock Bottom, folks, against the Big Boss Man and Ken Shamrock. Certainly a tall order.
That's the payback, baby, because the corporation needs a little tag team goal.
We'll see Triple H in action momentarily against Droz from LOV.
Now, hopefully, oh, check that out, man. That's awesome. Awesome. Feel this power. Feel that electricity.
What a sight, folks.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring, being accompanied by Animal. He weighs in at 272 pounds. Legion of Doom, Droz.
Hopefully, Droz can do the same thing to Triple H as he did last week to Scott Taylor. Rip that already injured knee, or the recovering injured knee of Hunter Hearst Helms, Triple H.
I'm a little surprised you take that strong of a position, but certainly Droz did show a killer instinct last week.
Yeah.
Triple H is going to have to be mindful of that in this one-on-one contest. And we want to welcome everybody who's joining us here tonight on Sunday Night Heat. Folks, Rock Bottom begins at the top of the hour, and everybody's going to be tuning in. Want to let those of you that have never ordered pay-per-view before let you know just how easy it is. Quite simply, all you got to do is call your local cable or satellite provider. Their number is on your last phone bill.
Check that out. Check out the clock. Rock Bottom begins in a little over 25 minutes.
Droz starts up very quickly, and folks, remember, ordering Rock Bottom can be as easy as the interactive system, Shane.
Some of my buddies have in Greenwich. They got the satellite. They're watching the pay-per-view. They'll be watching.
Get yourself locked in, folks. Order Rock Bottom now. We will take a tour of the grave site for the Buried Alive match in just a few moments. Triple H flattened by Droz, who has started off very quickly.
Droz, what an animal this guy. No pun intended there. He's awesome.
Well, a little bit uncontrollable as of late, some would say. Nice float over.
Beautiful.
First lateral press of the match, and Triple H able to kick out at 2. Certainly the physical condition of The Rock now taking center stage. Doctors are evaluating The Rock's ribs as we speak. Some doctors are telling The Rock to forfeit the match tonight, and that would hand the title over to Mankind.
No, don't worry, I'm telling you, Vinnie Mac, he's got to have a master plan. I hope he has a master plan. Hope he's got the master plan. He's going to take care of this. Vince will take care of this. Don't worry.
Triple H now, Irish whip, Droz hard to the corner. Triple H runs into a boot.
You can say that, definitely.
Outlaws have to defend the tag team titles tonight, Shane, against the Big Boss Man and Ken Shamrock. Certainly the members of Team Corporate, I'm sure that Shawn Michaels will enjoy watching the Outlaws suffer in that tag team title match.
Absolutely. A little payback, baby. Like I said, tag team gold is needed in the corporation, and it comes home tonight at Rock Bottom.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
The boot to the midsection, set and ready to deliver the pedigree. Triple H looks incredible. He's definitely on his game. This one is over.
Here is your winner, Triple H.
The momentum definitely on the side of DX for now. But later on tonight at Rock Bottom, folks, the Outlaws defend the tag team gold against members of Team Corporate. Animal kind of is a little disgusted with Droz. disappointed, I'm sure. You gotta wonder how far Commissioner Shawn Michaels will go in trying to destroy DX. Obviously still harboring a lot of bitter feelings. Oh yeah, well, check it out.
Problem. Talk about a crappy hook.
U.S. title on the line here on Sunday Night Heat. Who better than Kanyon?
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WCW U.S. Championship. Approaching the ring, representing the Alliance, weighing in at 245 pounds, is the U.S. Champion, Kanyon.
Let's see, who better than Kanyon? Me, you, my mom, my wife.
You know what kills me about Kanyon is the fact that he never even won the title. He had it handed over to him by Booker T.
And he thinks he like climbed a mountain for it.
Of course.
Oh! The challenger, weighing in at 214 pounds, Scotty Too Hotty.
Great opportunity for Scotty Too Hotty here tonight on Sunday Night Heat. U.S. title is on the line.
The master of the worm.
We talked about Raw's War live tomorrow night from San Antonio, Texas, 9 o'clock, 8 Central on TNN. And a couple of interesting stories developing. Number one, you saw Booker T leave on his way to Texas. What's going to be his response to The Rock tomorrow night? 2 weeks away from that handicap match from Unforgiven. The second storyline that is developing heading into Raw tomorrow night is this. Stone Cold Steve Austin embarrassed and humiliated at the hands of Kurt Angle last week. Well, they're now in the Rattlesnake's backyard. Stone Cold Steve Austin going to feel comfortable at home. 2 weeks away from Unforgiven, you got to believe Austin has something up his sleeve.
Well, not only Kurt Angle is going to have to watch his back, but every single guy in the Alliance locker room is going to have to watch his back too.
The U.S. title on the line, Scotty against Kanyon. We talked earlier about the fact that no one has ever been under the skin in the head of Stone Cold Steve Austin like Kurt Angle has in recent weeks. What this has done, though, it has ticked off, it has angered Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold is an assassin. He strategizes, and he now has 2 weeks to do that before Unforgiven. You know he's going to come up with some sort of plan.
And why do you think they call him the Rattlesnake? It's not just a nickname, Michael Cole.
Well, look out now, Scotty Too Hotty. Kanyon, U.S. champion, in trouble as he's knocked out of the ring.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is always a dangerous man, but now he's even more dangerous because he feels like he's backed into a corner.
Scotty went for the baseball slide, walked into the right hand of the U.S. champion, Kanyon. You saw just moments ago Steven Richards making the challenge to The Undertaker, blaming The Undertaker for the breakup, the dissolution of Right to Censor. And then the obvious setup, the obvious plan, Steven Richards orchestrating, engineering that attack by Brian Adams and Brian Chronic on The Undertaker on SmackDown Thursday night.
Steven Richards, obviously a proven motivator, and obviously a leader whenever he gets together with a group, and he can take them to success.
Well, is Richards together with Chronic? Is he together with Adams and Clark? Going to be interesting to see, but I like how Steven Richards picked his spot, knowing The Undertaker's brother Kane has been out with an injury since SummerSlam.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Michael. What do you do when your cat spits at you?
Oh, look out, Kanyon off that superplex. I don't know. I don't have a cat.
You turn the flames down on your grill.
Nonetheless, hook of the leg by Kanyon, kick out by Scotty Too Hotty.
Just trying to provide public information.
Well, I'm sure you are, as you did a great job providing public information, making fun of Booker T, forcing him to get all hot and run out of here.
Hey, look, I was simply asking questions, trying to conduct.
Oh, look out! Scotty Too Hotty, Kanyon in trouble. Scotty into the powerbomb.
Beautiful move. And you, Mr. Personality, taking off another guest.
U.S. title is on the line in this one between Scotty and Kanyon. And despite making fun of Kanyon and all his special sayings, he is one hell of an athlete who's been defending the U.S. title for a couple of months now.
And to give you an idea of how driven Kanyon is, I mean, we joke about him, but this man overcome a speech problem. Terrible stuttering problem. And sure, he does talk a little funny, but it might be.
Well, he was going for the Bulldog. Kanyon, tremendous bridge, hook of the leg. Kick out by Scotty after two. We saw Scotty trying to set up Kanyon for the Bulldog kick to the face. Into the cover, could have a new U.S. champion. Does he have it? No. Kick out by Kanyon after a count of two.
Well, I tell you, that worm guy, he's slippery.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, look out. Speaking of slippery, Kanyon perhaps setting up Scotty. No, he wasn't. For a backslide. Scotty counters, off the ropes. Bulldog by Scotty Too Hotty.
It might be. It could be. It is.
The worm by Scotty Too Hotty. The the U.S. champion. Kanyon's in all kinds of trouble. Scotty delivers the chop to the throat.
Scotty really popular with the girl fans.
And perhaps Scotty on the verge of winning the U.S. title, but Kanyon, look out now. Oh, face first. Kanyon, hook of the leg. He retains the WCW U.S. title.
Here's your winner and still WCW U.S.
Tough
champion,
break for Scotty.
Scotty, too Hotty, perhaps had the U.S. title within his grasp, and Kanyon retains the U.S. title. A big win for the Alliance here tonight on Heat.
That Brock Lesnar is an absolute animal, and I want to know why he's here and what he's doing with Paul Heyman.
Heyman has been fired. What is Heyman still doing in the World Wrestling Federation? Who brought him back?
That's a great question.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 250 pounds, Goldust.
The former hardcore champion Goldust. He was involved in the big WrestleMania matchup where the title changed hands about a half dozen times. Maven regained the hardcore title.
Well, tonight, Heat is brought to you by Snickers. Don't let hunger happen to you.
And by Paramount Pictures' new film, Clockstoppers, opens March 29th everywhere, rated PG.
And by Hungry Man from Swanson. A whole pound of good hearty food men love.
You eat a lot of that stuff, don't you?
I love Swanson stuff. It's great. It's good for you. I love it. You eat those light desserts, right? Like the little parfaits?
And weighing in at 350 pounds, Rikishi.
Here's a guy who doesn't know the meaning of light.
Yes. He knows the meaning of dessert, though.
Rikishi and Goldust one-on-one here on Sunday Night Heat. Again, both of these individuals are going to be on pins and needles, as is every superstar and every employee of the World Wrestling Federation over the next 24 hours. The draft live on Raw tomorrow night from Penn State University. And
hey, Cole, Rikishi would be a hell of a find for Ric Flair or for Mr. McMahon. This guy, Rikishi, might go high in the draft.
What's Brock Lesnar's story? Is he going to be available for the draft? What's going on with him?
I ain't got a clue, Cole. That Brock Lesnar is impressive. He's big, strong. From what I hear, he's got tons of credibility, so we'll see.
Rikishi, Goldust face-to-face as this matchup gets underway. Still to come on Heat. Rob Van Dam defending the Intercontinental title.
We're talking about Brock again for a second. He took out Mighty Molly. All in a week, Hurricane, Al Snow, Maven, Spike Dudley. Brock Lesnar, he's a bad dude. It's pretty obvious. And with Heyman, in his ear, believe me, that's trouble. Trust me, from experience.
And Spike Dudley, pound for pound, maybe the toughest guy in the World Wrestling Federation. I have never seen Spike in the state he was in after Raw Monday night after that Brock Lesnar attack.
Spike looked and felt, because I spoke to him like he got hit by a bus, and he did, and that bus's name was Brock Lesnar.
Big knockdown by Rikishi to Goldust. I'll tell you, Goldust, in whatever he's dressed in, he could use a stylist. Perhaps he could hire Rico, the tag team champion, Billy and Chuck's new stylist.
This guy Rico's a trip, huh? He's pretty funny. I like this Rico guy. He's like a drone instructor guy, right?
You would like him. Anyway, the right hands of Goldust to Rikishi to the side of the head. And Goldust in control in this matchup. You brought up a very good point.
I did?
A little bit ago, anyway. Yeah, you're one for the show. Nonetheless, that point was being that Billy and Chuck are the tag team champions. Now, are they going to be drafted as a unit? Will they be going as tag team champions to one of the respective groups, either SmackDown or Raw? But we do know one thing, Taz. Mr. McMahon is assured in a pre-draft deal that there will be one group drafted as a unit. The NWO. Hall, Nash, and, well, I guess now, X-Pac.
X-Pac, we've seen the impact of X-Pac on SmackDown.
Covered by Goldust, kick out after 2.
Actually, we're going to see it later on Heat. The impact of X-Pac, what he did to Hollywood Hulk Hogan. The NWO is back at full strength. It's pretty obvious.
Well, they're 3 strong, and the NWO left 2 of the biggest icons in the history of sports entertainment, lying in a pile of rubble and blood on SmackDown. Rikishi off the slam. The Rock power bomb to the table. Hogan left bloody in the ring. Oh, and the big leg drop by the 350-pounder Rikishi. We were hanging out in the locker room before Heat tonight, and there is a strange silence among the superstars. I mean, it's real quiet. Everybody is concerned and looking towards tomorrow's draft.
Oh, absolutely. I was in the airport this morning with a couple of guys, and
here's the cover by Goldust on Rikishi kick out.
Everybody is, you know, big time concerned, and you have to be. And I don't care if you're a WWF superstar or if you're a referee, like we said before, or, you know, it's going to change for everybody. And this is a very serious thing. And tomorrow night, everything changes. Everything changes in the World Wrestling Federation.
You know, Farouk and Bradshaw, the APA, they may never, ever drink a beer together.
That could be the end of the world as we know it.
And Rikishi dragging Goldust to the corner. Goldust is in trouble. Rikishi, second rope.
There it is. The big ass.
The bonsai drop, folks. This one's over. Rikishi with a big win.
Here is your winner, Rikishi.
Rikishi may have helped his stock in the draft with that win.
I think so, Cole. Definitely think so.
Well, folks, coming up next.
Welcome back to Heat, everybody. I am the coach, joined this week by Jacqueline. And here come the NWO's X-Pac and the Big Show. And Jacqueline, at least right now, after what we saw this past Monday night on Raw, Kevin Nash laying down the law. Win, you're in, lose, you're out. It appears like we're seeing a rebirth of the NWO.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by fellow NWO member, The Big Show, weighing 225 pounds, X-Pac.
You know, Coach, Big Show is the biggest guy in the company. And Kevin Nash is nearly as big as Big Show. Can you imagine those guys on the same page?
That's a very good point. Could be devastating, the Big Show and Kevin Nash. Well, folks, Snickers Cruncher presents this. You know, Jackie, every year the King of the Ring is one of the biggest pay-per-views that we have.
And you know what? If you crown King of the Ring, you become this big superstar.
It's like a launching pad almost.
You're looking at the Wavell match. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing 267 pounds, D'Lo Brown.
Well, D'Lo Brown, a huge opportunity here on Heat. He'll go one-on-one with X-Pac and Jackie. You got to believe that with the Big Show out here, D'Lo's certainly at a disadvantage, so to speak.
I don't know, Coach. I think D'Lo might be in a little bit of trouble.
I think a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Well, the crowd certainly, Jackie, behind this young man. And since he's made his return the past month, he has been in tremendous shape. But also, in my opinion, and I don't know about yours, been getting better each and every week.
You know, D'Lo is the most underrated wrestler now.
The former five-time European champion will go one-on-one with another seasoned veteran, an incredible athlete in X-Pac, who is one of the four members, and I say four because oh wow, look at X-Pac and the tremendous shape he is in. I wonder if Goldust is actually going to be welcomed into the group, the NWO group that includes Booker T, X-Pac, Big Show, and of course their leader, Kevin Nash. I don't know if Goldust would look good in black and white.
I don't know either, Coach.
On a consistent basis, I should say. Goldust is doing whatever he can to become a part of the NWO. Well, here we go. D'Lo Brown, X-Pac, one-on-one right here on Heat. In this capacity crowd, I tell you what, they are absolutely at a fever pitch tonight after what they've seen already, but also they know what's coming tomorrow night. Live from Big D, live from Dallas, Raw live on the new TNN, and I could not be more excited. We got to catch a red eye tonight, by the way.
I know. That's my hometown, Coach.
Well, you're going to have to show me around.
Everything is big in Texas.
Oh, you know that's right. I love going to Dallas. And right now, X-Pac and D'Lo just trying to size themselves up. And speaking of size, take a look at the Mammoth Big Show. You know, I want you to go tell him to move. He's in our way.
Oh, really?
You go tell him. Oh, nice shoulder block by D'Lo. Jackie, go.
You would send a girl to do that.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, the NWO had two huge wins this week. Booker T and X-Pac defeating the Hardy Boys. And, of course, Big Show. Oh, nice arm drag by D'Lo Brown. The Big Show took out Bradshaw. Show on Raw, really setting a tone, I think, for what Kevin Nash is trying to accomplish. And now D'Lo, a big elbow, and now setting up for that shaky leg drop as the Big Show looks on. He connects big time. Here's a cover. Hook of the leg, 1, 2, and a kick out by X-Pac.
You know what, Coach? NWO is born again.
It certainly looks that way. It certainly looks like they could once again, Jackie, become the force that they once were.
Well, especially with Kevin Nash as their leader.
Oh, wait a second, Jackie. The Big Show just pulled down the top rope, and D'Lo Brown went out very hard here right in front of us at ringside. And I'll tell you one thing, those big hands by the Big Show, not a place you want to be.
What is this, a handicap match now?
It may appear that way, almost like 3-on-1. The Big Show's so big. Oh, and now the chops by X-Pac.
Oh.
A certain martial arts expert, so to speak, but now D'Lo Brown firing back with those same chops on X-Pac. And now X-Pac whips D'Lo Brown into the corner, but X-Pac runs right into that big boot, but a nice reversal, nailing D'Lo right in the kisser. Here's a cover, no hook of the leg, and a kick out by D'Lo Brown. But you know, Jackie, I mentioned tomorrow night in Dallas, so many questions need to be answered, and you got to wonder if Chris Benoit will be in Dallas live tomorrow night. Oh! You know, Chris Benoit, a SmackDown superstar, Jackie, but like Vince McMahon said, until he's back in full action, he can go anywhere he wants to go.
I am so shocked to see Benoit
attack Austin. That is definitely for sure.
That's very shocking.
Well, now, D'Lo Brown catching X-Pac. What a huge win this should be enough. But not able to keep that right shoulder down. D'Lo Brown nearly picking up the win.
I'm telling you, X-Pac is very tough.
He is about as tough as it gets. Not a huge superstar, but has a lot of heart. Oh, now D'Lo Brown catches X-Pac. Oh, and sudden impact. Sudden impact.
Nice move.
Oh, but instead of covering, he catches a Big Show and it dropped up on the apron. And now D'Lo.
What is D'Lo doing?
I have no idea. He's getting too distracted.
Very dumb move. Come on, D'Lo. You know better than that.
Check out.
Look at the strength.
The Big Show so big, so strong. This should be enough. Forget about
I'm telling you, D'Lo is no pushover.
You certainly got that right. The Big Show showing some concern at ringside. And now X-Pac with the foot in the throat of D'Lo Brown. And now Jackie's setting him up for the Bronco Buster.
Whoa! Right in the money spot.
The money spot? Does X-Pac have a side job? No. Anyway, X-Pac certainly is struggling to his feet, to say the least. And I can only imagine how that feels. Jackie, I promise you, that is not a spot you want to get kicked in.
Oh, I believe you.
Oh, and now D'Lo Brown up in the high rent district. Oh, wait a second, right into the X Factor. Right into the X Factor. And D'Lo, one too many mistakes. And it cost him here on Heat.
Here is your winner, X-Pac.
Well, now the Big Show coming into... Oh, wait a second.
Come on now.
I thought coming in to congratulate his partner, X-Pac. But instead, the Big Show has D'Lo up, and D'Lo is down.
What is this?
Well, here goes Bradshaw. Wait a second, here's Bradshaw out of nowhere. The Big Show took out Bradshaw on Raw, and apparently Bradshaw is not happy about it. And the clothesline from hell on X-Pac. And this crowd loves it. The Bradshaw is pumped up, and why shouldn't he be? He's heading home tomorrow night as well to Dallas, Texas.
Coach, it was great being here, but I can't wait to go home.
Oh, you're going home as well. What a night it's going to be. What will Stone Cold Steve Austin do to Benoit, Guerrero, and Flair? For Jackie, I'm the coach. Peace. There's no disputing the fact that Chris Jericho is a very sick human being, but if I were Y2J tomorrow night, I'd be looking out for Test and Shawn Michaels for that matter.
Poor little Stacy.
Oh, baby.
It's for the Women's Championship. Introducing first, accompanied by Steven Richards, the Women's Champion, Victoria.
Please tell me you saw Jimmy Kimmel with these chicks kissing when they were performing the song. I know you would have missed that, Coach.
I have the video of this song as my screensaver on my computer. You kidding me? Well, folks, Snickers Crunch presents WWE WrestleMania 19. WrestleMania will be live Sunday, March 30th from Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. Are you looking for a satisfying crunch? Well, grab a Snickers Cruncher. Women's title about to be on the line right here on Heat.
From Mobile, Alabama, Molly Holly.
Molly Holly with her new look, busting it out.
Did you say busted it out? That's something I would say.
She's busting out her new look, Coach. Stop it.
Taking my lines. You're killing me. Well, when you talk about the women's championship and everything surrounding it, what about this past Monday night on Raw? The huge return of Trish Stratus. And boy, she went right after Jazz. Are you going to be okay?
Dude, I'm fine. I don't know what your problem
is. A few minutes off?
No, I don't. But hey, Coach, obviously, Trish's injuries were a lot more serious than we originally thought. And you know she was coming right after Jazz as soon as she could get back into the action.
Oh, it was brutal. And now Victoria's got Molly in that headlock. Keep in mind, the Women's Championship is on the line. And Molly Holly, wow, is the nice bridge and a nice get out there by Victoria. Molly, a former women's champion, so she knows what it's like to be on top of the heap. Nice roll by Molly. 1-2 and a kick out by Victoria. You know, when we talk about returns, what about the returns this past week?
Victoria looks a little shaken up right now.
Well, she was looking up at, never mind. I don't go there. Well, I think she's a little bit shaken because of the way Molly has started this matchup off. But what about coming back from their 2-week suspension? Check out Molly. Oh, nice. Very athletic move on Victoria. What about the Dudley? Oh, big shot to the midsection. Dudley boys coming back, taking out their frustrations, and helping out Jerry the King Lawler defeat Chief Morley last Monday night on Raw.
Yeah, I don't know if people, when they get suspended, I don't know if people like Eric Bischoff or Mr. McMahon or whoever is doing the suspending at the time, realize that you're just going to have more of a problem on your hands when you come back because you get a whole lot of pent-up aggression.
And with that in mind, do you think that Eric Bischoff's punishments are over? I mean, we saw him punish Test and Stacy. We saw them attempt to punish Jerry the King Lawler. That didn't work, but there's a lot of guys that were laughing at Eric Bischoff at No Way Out, and now Eric Bischoff is back in charge.
Right, all I know is I think Eric Bischoff's pretty much... Steven's always there. He's always got Victoria's back.
That's why I don't like to have somebody out there during these championship matchups. Oh, nice sliding drop kick by Victoria, nailing Molly perfectly.
So all I know is Eric Bischoff, in my opinion, is pretty much screwed because all he did for a month was try to get Stone Cold to come back. And it kind of really didn't work out how he thought it was, and now that he is back, he's in for a world of hurt, in my opinion.
Well, Eric Bischoff has got to have a plan, Lita. You got to believe that whatever this welcoming committee is tomorrow night on Long Island, and I've been trying to brainstorm on what guys it could be. But you think about guys that have kissed his ass in the past. You got Chris Jericho, you've got Regal, Storm, you got 3-minute warning. There's so many guys that I'm sure would be more than willing to welcome Stone Cold Steve Austin back to Raw. Check out Victoria, huge suplex, holding Molly up there for seemingly forever. Here's a cover, hook of the leg 2, and a kick out by Molly. I mean, I guarantee you that I won't be on the welcoming committee. And I know a lot of guys that don't want to be in the face of an angry rattlesnake, but I know that The Rock does want to be in the face of the angry rattlesnake.
Right, I know I will be on his welcoming committee. Eric and I have a history, and I pretty much I'll stay away from it.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Well, Molly catching Victoria. Will we have a new women's champion? No. A near pinfall, though, by Molly Holly, and now Molly trying desperately to get the pinfall here again on Victoria, and again Victoria is able to kick out.
Molly being really smart here, going for as many pinfalls as she possibly can to be the next world women's champion.
Trying to wear Victoria down, and a big clothesline followed up by yet another. And now another shot to the midsection. What's Molly going to do now? Oh, nice neck breaker. Will this be enough? A new women's champion? I can't remember the last time we had a championship change hands here on Heat Leader.
Right, Molly's kind of on a roll right now. Tonight could possibly be the night, as she is going for a finish right. No, she's not, actually, and it looked like Victoria is now able to gain the advantage.
Way too much time, and now Victoria.
We've seen this.
Oh, the widow's peak. The widow's peak perfectly, and it's almost like she's in a trance when she nails it.
when she looks all creeped out.
I tell you, I like that look, though. I tell you what, I got to be in the corner of Wacko Steven Richards when it comes to that look.
We've seen that one all too familiar, finishing off probably most of the women in the locker room at this point.
She knows when she's done it, and she knows when she's done it well. Big win for Victoria.
He's kind of jumping a couple steps ahead of himself, don't you think, Coach? I mean, first he's got to get through the Hurricane tonight, then he's got to get through Kevin Nash tomorrow night.
Introducing first, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 227 pounds, Chris Jericho.
So cocky, so arrogant. But you bring up a good point. That's what Chris Jericho is all about. Chris Jericho feels like he can defeat anybody on any given night.
Well, he certainly played the game and Kevin Nash against each other masterfully, if I may say so.
Stirring the soup.
The pot, the kettle. Hey, and you better straighten up. I might just fire you too. Hey, Clearso presents WWE Judgment Day. Judgment Day will be live next Sunday from the Charlotte Coliseum and yes, Charlotte, North Carolina. Exclusively only on pay-per-view. Clear skin, Clearasil.
And we will be live there for Heat next Sunday night, 7 o'clock, 6 Central, same time, right here, Al, on the new TNA.
If you behave, I may have to go talk to the co-general manager.
There's a hurricane coming through.
Weighing 215 pounds, the Hurricane.
The Hurricane, who's been on a big-time roll as of late. You look at the resume of the Hurricane just in the last, say, 2 months. A win over The Rock. Taking Triple H to the wire. Nearly defeating Chris Jericho 3 weeks ago on Raw. And also pinning the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
And all of that while he's out fighting evildoers and crime all around the world.
I know you're a big fan of the Hurricane. You guys have a lot in common. You're a big comic book connoisseur.
That's right. Graphic novels, we like to call them.
Check out the little kid. He's like, I'm not so sure that I want that. Well, Al, real quick before this match kicks off, what a tremendous main event we have here on Heat tonight. What about that Jericho match tomorrow night with Kevin Nash? Obviously, Jericho is outmatched as far as size and weight. But we've seen Jericho, the very first undisputed champion now. Little good sportsmanship by Hurricane.
Jericho's got a ton of heart, and he comes from a family of fighters. His father played for the New York Rangers in the NHL.
Well, as you can see, was his dad a good sport? Because Chris Jericho certainly is not.
Hey, this business isn't about being a good sport. This business is about being the best, being on top, and making as much money as you can make.
Here we go. Chris Jericho, nice arm bar as we kick things off here on the Hurricane. And Al, what are your thoughts on the fact that Eric Bischoff, we haven't really touched on it so far here in the hour, said in a conversation with Linda McMahon over the phone that tomorrow night on Raw, Eric Bischoff is going to raise the bar.
Yeah, what exactly did he mean by raise the... Oh, beautiful punch right to Chris Jericho's face. What did he mean by raise the bar? And that was during the conversation where he was...
Kissing up a little bit. I like mature women.
Yeah, and then click, she dial-toned him.
Thanks for coming. Peace, you're out.
Ooh.
The Hurricane firing up on Chris Jericho. Nice reversal into the ropes. And
oh, beautiful clothesline. More like a lariat.
Similar.
Like you would know.
Well,
all
exactly.
The ring time you've had. Oh, like last Monday.
Oh, shut up. The Hurricane
right over the top.
Jericho over the top rope and down to the floor below.
You know what I keep wanting to hear?
What?
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, beautiful hero.
But who did it take more out of, the Hurricane or Y2J? The Stone Cold Bischoff era continues tomorrow night live on Raw. We'll be at the First Union Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you're in the area, of course, come out and check out Raw live tomorrow night, just 6 days before Judgment Day, live next Sunday on pay-per-view.
Now let's see, Kevin Nash was literally insanely angry last Monday with Triple H.
Right.
What do you think he's going to do to Y2J tomorrow in Philadelphia?
Lord only knows. If I'm Chris Jericho, I better have a very good game plan. Oh, Hurricane.
Dropped him right across the top rope.
I better have a very good game plan if I'm Y2J tomorrow night. Slamming the Hurricane down, flipping him over. Here's the cover.
One,
hook of the leg.
two.
Oh, and a kick out by the Hurricane.
I'm sure if you were Y2J, you'd have a great plan. But since you're not, you obviously don't have any plans. But you should be making some plans because you got lots of time on your hands.
I'll be in Philly tomorrow night.
Back suplex.
I want to watch in person Kevin Nash one-on-one with Y2J, but also Goldberg. Oh, here's a cover by Chris Jericho, too, and a fairly easy kick out by the Hurricane. I also want to see Goldberg inside of a steel cage, nose hold barred, no rules whatsoever. Christian, what is he going to do now?
He can't run. He can't hide.
Jericho is trying to loosen the top turnbuckle and
distract the referee. Use the wrist tape. Cut off the air.
So savvy. Can't say that I agree with his tactics, Al, but you can't dispute how wise Chris Jericho is in the ring.
He's going to have to use every single one of those tricks tomorrow night against Kevin Nash.
Having his hands full here tonight, however, is Chris Jericho with the Hurricane, and now slowing things down just a little bit, trying to wear the Hurricane down.
Beautiful rear chin lock. He's got him hooked around the chin, got the knee in the back, got the neck pulled all the way back over his thigh. Now he's kind of leaning into him, cutting off his wind, keeping him grounded. That way the Hurricane can't fly.
Hurricane back to his feet, though, and big shot to the midsection, and now
goes
nice
for the
roll
knee.
under.
Here's
One, two. Will the Hurricane pull up a big win? No. Jericho kicks out.
Oh, and a clothesline.
Chris Jericho, quick as a cat, right back up on the offensive.
About took his head off.
Will you stop?
I had to hurt.
I will admit it is nice to have you here on Heat. I probably haven't told you, but it is, and I'm starting to get in a little bit of a better mood because it has been 6 days, and I'm starting to feel better. And I appreciate all the sympathy you've shown me, not only throughout this hour, but the entire week. All the phone calls that you... Wait, you never called me once. Appreciate that.
Oh, tilt-a-whirl, head scissors. Come on, Hurricane.
How much energy, how much heart does the Hurricane have left?
Oh!
We've seen it time and time again over the past few months as the Hurricane elevates his level of play. Jericho now catching Hurricane. Nice reversal. Hurricane huge neck breaker. Here's a cover out.
One.
Hook of the leg.
Two.
Well, Jericho. Can you imagine the psychological disadvantage that Chris Jericho would be at if he goes into tomorrow night after this loss here tonight on Heat?
Oh, he'd definitely be handicapped.
Oh,
went for the kick, ducked him. Bulldog.
Running bulldog by Chris Jericho.
Maybe he's found out he's got the kryptonite for a Hurricane now.
Jericho now is
up, goes for the line salt.
In for more than he bargained for, Al.
Going for the walls of Jericho. Can he get it?
In the middle of the ring, Hurricane
small
reverses.
Package.
Nice
One,
small package.
Two.
Oh, and Jericho Al is able to kick out, and I think you can see on the face of Chris Jericho how much he is surprised at how much a Hurricane is bringing tonight.
Powerbomb.
Beautiful powerbomb.
Two.
The Hurricane desperately kicks out of Chris Jericho, and Jericho can't believe that this matchup is not over.
Starting to get frustrated, starting to have a little doubt in his mind, starting to get a little worried.
Hurricane rolls out of the way, and that left shoulder hard into the ring post. Uh-oh.
Choke slam.
It's the Hurra Slam, Al. That's your favorite move.
Well, I'm Hurra-sorry.
This is going to do it.
One,
hook of the
two.
leg. Hurricane with the victory.
No. Chris Jericho with the foot on the rope, got out of the Hurra pin.
Unfortunately for the Hurricane, way too close to those ropes.
Yep, the Hurra ref saw the Hurra foot right on the Hurra rope.
The Hurricane is going up to the high rent district.
Really? Uptown?
Uptown.
Oh, the Hurra cross body block rolls
nice
through.
Body. Oh.
He's going for the walls of Jericho. Can he turn him? He's got him.
He does.
He's set down on him.
Can the Hurricane get to the rope?
Make it to the ropes.
Only one chance for the Hurricane right now. That's Jericho.
No! There goes the date with Wonder Woman.
Too much torque now. Way too much torque by Chris Jericho. Jericho, huge win, a lot of effort tonight. But what about tomorrow night now on Raw? This man right there, Jericho, goes one-on-one with Kevin Nash, Al.
Who knows what's going to happen? Jericho's going to have hell to pay for the stuff he stirred up between Nash and Triple H.
Also tomorrow night, inside of a steel cage, is Goldberg one-on-one with Christian.
Man, oh man, is this going to get ugly. Kind of like your firing last week.
Yeah, don't miss Raw. It's live tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, 8 Central, here on the new TNN, live from Philadelphia. For Al Snow, I'm the coach. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
And I'll call him a friend. Al Snow, I am the coach. And what a night it is going to be. And one way to kick things off with Big Papa Pump.
Well, you may call me. I just may not answer the phone.
That wouldn't be a bad thing.
That'd be a good thing. The Freakzilla.
Oh, Stacy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Stacy Keebler from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 275 pounds, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. And from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 236 pounds, Ruffy Silverstein.
Well, we're all set for a huge night right here on Heat. Scott Steiner's here. I mean, Stacy Keebler, the tag team champion. Lowry's in studs is here as well.
Well, that's not all, Coach. We've got Triple H, and he's taking on my protege, Maven. And win, lose, or draw, it's an incredible opportunity for Maven to prove himself against the best in the business.
And it's an incredible opportunity for the fans of Heat to see the World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H, in person. But from what we saw at the time of the show out, do you think Triple H may be a little bit overconfident in taking on this youngster Maven here tonight?
Well, we know that from experience in WWE, you can't take anybody for granted, especially these last few weeks with all these up-and-coming new stars that are taking advantage of all the old veterans.
Well, here we go. Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, and Ruffy Silverstein in our opening contest here on Heat. And Stacy Keebler has a huge smile on her face here tonight. And why shouldn't she? Everybody adores her.
Maybe because she just stepped over the rope about 3 or 4 times.
I think the rope has a big old smile on its face as well.
When can I get hired as a rope?
Would that mean you wouldn't be my partner? Well, Stacy, I think, obviously has gotten over the fact that Test really dissed her big time a couple of weeks ago on Raw. And Test, apparently, after what we saw this past Monday Night Out, has moved on to Trish Stratus. And things didn't exactly end up well for Kevin Nash or Trish this past Monday night. Big shoulder block by Scott Steiner.
Well, Test used Trish by shoving her into Kevin Nash and then, giving Kevin Nash the big boot.
Well, Kevin Nash was coming to the aid of Trish as Test was hitting on Trish backstage. And you got to give Kevin Nash credit for that. But at the same time, Test continues, at least to me, continues to be successful despite the fact that he claims he's over Stacy now. Oh, big rake to the eyes by Ruffy Silverstein.
Well, Test has moved on, but I think Test would move on to anything that could have a pulse or fall the mirror.
I agree with that. Right now, Ruffy Silverstein showing a lot of moxie against Scott Steiner.
A couple legs,
Well, what about Trish now? The fact I really think that she was affected Monday night. Losing. Lower back impact and
caught him right in a power slam.
Well, Trish Stratus later on Raw lost to Molly Holly, and you got to believe that what happened earlier on really affected her performance against Molly, who now has a huge shot tomorrow night live on Raw from Indianapolis against a new women's champion, Gail Kim.
That's true. She did come out still suffering from the effects of Test shoving her into Nash, and then shaking her up a little emotionally, and she probably had her mind preoccupied with all that. Not a way to go into a match.
It's really not. Right now, Scott Steiner starting
not that you would know.
Why do you always have to point that out? I give you all the credit in the world. Oh my goodness, Silverstein going up and over, seemingly losing his balance, and Scott Steiner wasting no time, heading out to the floor below.
Right into the ring stumps.
Scott Steiner looks almost perturbed here tonight.
I tell you, he's roughing up Ruffy Silverstein.
Well, folks, coming up a little bit later on, I think it's Silverstein. And this crowd loves Stacy, and they love Scott Steiner. A little bit later on, we're going to take everybody back to Raw and show you the very surprising ending, Al, between Kane and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wow.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. You're on fire here tonight.
Hey, sometimes you don't need to say a whole bunch like you normally do. Sometimes one word is enough.
Scott Steiner now throwing Ruffy Silverstein close line, that big right arm. And Scott
Steiner, the big elbow.
Just methodical. This should be enough, but
no. Got to do a few push-ups.
Steiner seemingly playing with Silverstein or Silverstein at this point. But the longer he's out here, the more we get to see Stacy. Why are you frowning at me like that?
I'll just sit here and not say anything and let you talk. Oh.
Well, ratings will certainly go up.
Overcame.
Steiner.
2, 3.
Out of nowhere. Just abusing this.
Here is your winner, Big Pump, Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner mercifully ending that match.
And Scott Steiner continues to be successful, and there's no doubt in my mind that the confidence level is rising, and Stacy Keibler really helps with that.
Backlash, and what an event it was!
Oh yeah! Who are you?
And why am I here?
Exactly.
We'll explain later.
We will?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 250 pounds, Grandmaster Sexay. And from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing 232 pounds, Wavell, Starr.
Grandmaster Sexay making his return 2 weeks ago, Chris. Don't know if you knew that since you're new here.
I do, and I know it's his debut on Heat, Grandmaster Sexay.
Yeah.
Getting back to Backlash.
Taking on with Dances with Baba Ganoush.
Dances with Wolves.
Nah, it's Baba Ganoush.
Okay. Chris Benoit at Backlash, retaining the World Heavyweight Champion, beating both Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the final encounter.
Making Shawn Michaels tap, the only man to do so in WWE history.
Chris Benoit was also the only man to make Triple H tap, and he made that happen at WrestleMania 20 when he won the World Championship from Triple H.
And after 18 years, Chris Benoit's on a hell of a roll. And speaking of Backlash, what about Randy Orton and Mick Foley?
One of the most amazing matches I have ever seen. Brutal, and you've got to give Randy Orton credit for hanging in there and getting probably the most impressive victory in his career.
I told people before, Dances with Baba Ganoush, jumping Grandmaster Sexay from behind.
And that's not good, being jumped by a Baba Ganoush from behind, but Grandmaster Sexay being knocked down early.
Looking, this is what he has to do. Dancing with Baba Ganoush has got to take it to Grandmaster Sexay because he knows,
that's not what he needs to do, is it?
Taking him right over the top rope. Doesn't look too happy.
Have you seen anyone take a beating like Randy Orton took it against Mick Foley and still come out on top?
He has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is a legend to withstand Mick Foley. Not Mick Foley, I'm sorry, Cactus Jack. With that hardcore, false count, anything goes, whatever you want to call it, hellacious match they had at Backlash.
Randy Orton took a barbed wire bat across the face, tacks all over his body. Grandmaster Sexay taking a shot himself. Wow. Randy Orton took pretty much everything Mick Foley could dish out and came out on top.
Hey, and speaking of Backlash,
a neck breaker.
My main man coach now going 4-3.
Wavell Starr going for the early pin, and Grandmaster kicking out, but pretty slow
Not
there.
enough by Dances with Baba Ganoush. He couldn't hold him down. But anyway, as I was saying, Coach pulled off yet another victory with Garrison Cade's help. And of course, that's why Coach is not here tonight. Because he just
look at the leg and no. Yeah, where is Coach? They call me, they say, come work with Al Snow. I'm like, I'd be happy to, but where's Jonathan Coachman? Did they tell you?
He's out right now on the road. He's been out there with Garrison Cade, kind of supervising, kind of helping, giving his experience, what little that is, and his vast knowledge, or at least what he thinks is, to lend to Garrison Cade's endeavors in the ring. And I don't know, Kansas City. Tonight, they're in Wichita.
I figured Coachman was out chasing women and celebrating his big victory over Tajiri at Backlash.
Well, he probably is doing that, too.
Yeah, well, he's just...
Those daggone women run fast.
You've got to give Coachman credit. Beating Tajiri. What? Grandmaster Sexay here facing Wavell Starr, and right now Wavell holding his own against the Grandmaster.
And Dances Baba Ganoush waiting too much time up there on the top rope. He should have just went for the suplex, but it looks like Grandmaster Sexay is fighting back.
Oh, and a big drop, and Grandmaster.
Have you ever seen this, Chris?
What is this?
He's got the goggles. It looks like he's about to fly. It might be. It could be.
It is B. It is B. Big leg drop from Grandmaster Sexay. That could do it. 2 and 3. An impressive move from the top rope.
Grandmaster Sexay.
Right. Big return by Grandmaster Sexay to Heat. What a debut. He's hot. He's on fire. And he's back here on Heat.
time in Ireland, because I don't know if he's going to have a good time tonight.
This guy is nasty. And one of my favorites, there is only one, Batista from Evolution.
Yeah, when they made him, they broke the mold. They don't go much bigger. This is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing Evolution, weighing 318 pounds, Batista.
318 pounds. 318 pounds.
In about
318 pounds. This guy is like a two-legged side of beef.
It's like 1% body fat.
Yeah, 318 pounds. 318 pounds.
You and I combined are about 318.
Your head is.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, folks, Subway presents WWE Bad Blood. Bad Blood is a Raw production, and it comes your way live next Sunday from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. And it will be available only on pay-per-view. It's what to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
Hello, ladies. From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 242 pounds, the Venis.
Big challenge for Val Venis, but you know what? He's got the best side job of anybody in sports entertainment.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I would have to agree with you on that.
I was going to say, I don't see how you're going to argue, especially when you're going to go, really? Like you were about to debate it?
No.
I know you're a master debater, but come on.
I do want to thank all the directors and producers out there this week, as we don't have to see any ugly chicks, and we can concentrate on Val Venis and the face of Batista. And it always amazes me when Batista comes out. The focus, the determination.
The intensity.
Exactly the word I was looking for.
But Val Venis has got that same look in his eye. He's not backing down.
Well, here we go. And of course, Batista represents Evolution, which Triple H is a huge, well, the leader of Evolution, actually, as these two lock up and out. As we go through this match, I got to get your thoughts, as we are just 1 week away from Bad Blood on the Hell in a Cell, the match to end it all, to settle it all between Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Boy, that's like running into a brick wall. Come on! Well, we just saw, Coach, what Triple H has done in the past in a Hell in a Cell. But, hey, Shawn Michaels is no stranger to Hell in a Cell himself. He took on The Undertaker, and let's face it, The Undertaker is the person who created that match.
That is true. That is true. Val Venis saying, all right, I'm digging it. I'm back into it. Here we go.
Val Venis definitely going to have to change up his strategy in his game, much like he's doing. Take the leg out. No matter how big you are, if you can't stand, you're going to fall.
3 stiff shots to those tree trunk type legs of Batista, and now Val Venis.
Going to the head, but he's got to stick with the legs. There you go, back heel trip. Focus on it, drop on that knee. Everything around it's nice and big and thick, but that joint, it ain't that strong. Break it.
You know, Al, you brought up a very, very good point.
I do numerous
with the fact that Val Venis is a very intelligent, smart superstar. When he's in the ring, he knows how to get it done regardless of who he's taking on. And right now, the right strategy in taking on Batista.
That's right. Keep him down on the mat and focus on taking out one body part, which the smart move is to take out that leg. There you go.
Hard knee to the back, and Batista goes through those ropes and down. Through the ropes, excuse me, and down. And exactly, roots.
There was a Bob Roop one time, was a wrestler.
And now Val Venis going to the outside, much of the chagrin.
Took his name off.
Well,
took his eyes off of Batista and put him on the Coyote, the referee, Mike Chioda.
And now Batista using that power that we always allude to. Probably his strongest asset is the power that he owns.
He owns it. He bought it. He paid for it. He owns it. Nobody going to be able to take it away.
And now methodically taking apart Val Venis. For Val Venis, a hard shot to the head, but again, Batista right back at a clothesline from those powerful, powerful arms.
Brilliant move by Batista. But Val Venis has got to shake it off, get it together, and take out the leg again. Go back to work.
Batista always assessing the situation, always knowing what's going on.
But that could be a mistake. He moved in a little slow on Val Venis. Beautiful suplex. About broke him in two. Now covering Batista. Do not take him for granted.
Al, I think right now we're seeing Batista want to show the entire world what exactly he can do. That's what I think we're seeing right here.
Well, believe me, he can show it by beating Val Venis.
I get that. I understand that.
You know, you don't walk around and take your time in the ring. You're not getting paid by the hour. Look, Val Venis trying to fight it. He knows. Beautiful crossface by Batista. But again, backs up, kind of walks around. Got to stay on your opponent.
Well, it's that cockiness that I love from the members of Evolution. That every time they step out or every time they get in the ring out, they know they're the very best in there competing on that particular night at that particular time.
Yeah, but that cockiness is right now costing Batista. Oh, German squirter.
What a spine buster from Batista. This one could be over. Teioh, Val Venis gets that left shoulder up.
If he'd have snatched him up tighter on that cover, that'd have been it. Don't look at the referee. That was your mistake.
You don't have to yell at Batista. He's a very fragile individual, as you can see.
Yeah, he looks real sensitive. Oh, he's got him in the camel clutch.
And now,
man, the pressure on Val Venis' back, on his neck. You can't breathe when you're like that. Look at him. He's sucking wind already. And look, Batista, eyes rolling up in the back of his head, just pulling further back on Val Venis. Val's got to get those arms loose, Coach.
Yeah, the intensity continues on the face, and you're right, Val Venis, this could be the beginning of the end for this man from Las Vegas, Nevada, as Batista just continues to cinch that camel clutch in the lower back and on the neck of Val Venis.
Well, if Val Venis does not get out of this soon, they're going to be sending him back to Las Vegas, Nevada in 2 pieces.
Well, Val is trying to fire himself up and trying to
got one arm loose.
Does have one arm loose and going after that second one.
Free. There he goes. Now he might have a chance. No, another brutal crossface.
And now big right hand to the side of the head of Val Venis by Batista.
Now covering. Hello.
Al, what a shock. Nobody wants to listen to you tonight.
Apparently not. Nobody wants to listen to you either, especially after what you did to Eugene. You know what? I'd be happy to see you in a Hell in a Cell with Eugene instead of Triple H and Shawn Michaels, even though that's going to be a brutal killer match. Oh, another killer suplex.
Another suplex by Batista. Could this one be over? Cover on again. Gets that left shoulder up, but a rather lackluster cover that time by the big man.
Val Venis is not the type of opponent with his numerous years of experience. He's traveled the world before he came to WWE. You can't take him lightly.
And now still working that lower back as he's been doing throughout this matchup. And those powerful forearms into the lower back of Val Venis, continuing to wear the big Valboski down.
Well, you can see that the experience that he's picked up from Triple H and with Ric Flair has been paying off, because they have shown him and taught him, stay focused once you get something hurt. But Val Venis put the boot to Batista's face. Batista taking too much time.
Way too much time, and here's a control by Val Venis. It will cover 1-2. Oh, and a kick out at the last second by Batista.
That was a little low.
Well, Batista apparently was just made mad by Val Venis, and now,
Val Venis, though, powering out. Boy, lucky for him, because if Batista had hit that, that'd have been all she'd have wrote. Oh, neck breaker.
Nice neck breaker by Val Venis, and what a huge win this would be.
And Val,
you'd have to consider this an upset.
Look at the pain in Val's back. He can't capitalize, can't bring it up, but he's fighting all forward. Val, big mistake, man. Don't go to the top rope. I know you're trying to, no.
Well, Val Venis is going to the top rope, Al. Batista, though, right back up to his feet, not allowing the big Valboski to land that money shot.
Brutal right hands by Batista. Those things got to feel like just soup bones hitting you upside the head.
This is also a man who does not go to the rope very often, even the middle rope, but there you go.
Standing superplex from the second rope.
Not in the arsenal of Batista, but pulling it out here tonight. And Batista so impressive as he is each and every week, and now just stalking the big Valboski.
Valboski looks like he got a little bit of nerve damage. His hand flexing. Oh, nope, this could be it. No, he's hit it. That's it. He's done.
Forget about it, Al. You can make the count, whatever you want to call it. You can call it a victory by Evolution's Batista.
Here is your winner, Batista.
I'll tell you what I call it, Coach. I call it impressive.
Very impressive, and folks, the last stop on the road to Bad Blood is tomorrow night. Raw will be live from Albany, New York, right here on Spike TV, and don't forget, Heat will be live next Sunday from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, right before Bad Blood. For the Snowman, I'm the coach. We'll see you tomorrow night. WWE history.
There's a hurricane coming through.
Welcome, everybody, to Sunday Night Heat, as always, alongside the Snowman. Al Snow, I am the coach, and Al, what an eventful week it has been.
It's scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 350 pounds, Rosey.
Right you are, Coach. What an understatement that is, though. An eventful week. Come on, Randy Orton
youngest champion ever in the history of wrestling.
And the following night on Raw, a very eventful night to say the least for the young Randy Orton. We'll tell you all about that throughout the hour. Everything else that happened at SummerSlam, what a great crowd it was. North of the border in Toronto, Canada, the Air Canada Center was sold out. But business is business, and right now it's Chuck Palumbo and Rosey.
From Providence, Rhode Island, weighing 285 pounds, Chuck Palumbo.
I never imagined that north of the border could be so hot until we got there for SummerSlam in Toronto.
And then Monday night we were in London, Ontario, and it's going to be hard not for me to give it away to people that haven't seen Raw yet. The shocking conclusion to how Raw went off the air this past Monday night.
I know, we were both speechless.
Shocked.
Stunned, amazed, aghast, bemused, befuddled.
The shockwaves that went through the entire sports entertainment world after last Monday night was incredible, and we'll show everybody a little bit later on. Get past that now.
Awestruck.
We've got this match in the ring now.
Okay.
Rosey going one-on-one here with Chuck Palumbo. And real quick before we get started, we want to thank all the great fans who made it to SummerSlam last Sunday night. Made it an incredible night, an incredible show. Every time we go to Toronto, it's always a huge amount of clothesline by Rosey.
Rosey obviously done with his training, a full-fledged superhero.
And Chuck Palumbo, it's a good thing that Rosey is done with that training, because the Hurricane is on the shelf right now.
And doo-doo, Chuck Palumbo.
He severely broken nose a few weeks ago, suffered in a match, as Al just alluded to, with Chuck Palumbo.
Right here on Sunday Night Heat. Oh! Like getting hit by a freight train.
A big-time shoulder block from the 350-plus pound Rosey.
Rosey, bigger than a freight train, able to leap small children in a single bound.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Maybe small rocks, pebbles.
Pebbles was a small child on the Flintstones.
Chuck Palumbo's turnabout is fair play. A huge clothesline, and Rosey is down, and Chuck Palumbo's taking full advantage.
And if I remember correctly, that was how Chuck broke Hurricane's nose.
A kick to the nose?
No, a big clothesline to the face. Following up with that brutal knee, driving it right into the head.
We've seen the past few weeks how Chuck Palumbo seemingly has a new persona, a new mentality, if you will, every time he comes to the ring.
Yeah, and it's more like a mugging right now than a wrestling match. But Chuck Palumbo making a big mistake, paying too much attention to referee Teioh, and the discus punch just practically takes the head off of Rosey. And that's a big head, Coach. That's a lot of head to take off.
If anybody knows about a big head, it would be you, Al.
That's right. I got to look across at my partner all the time. Oh, sunset flip
over Rosey. Rosey looking for the reverse leg drop. Didn't happen. Chuck Palumbo gets out of the way, and Rosey, well, he just injured himself pretty much.
Oh, man, a kick right in the short ribs. I could easily displace one and puncture a lung.
I got to say this about Chuck Palumbo. He is wasting no time in staying on top of Rosey, staying with what is working in this match.
There goes Chuck Palumbo with the camel crotch. Got him hooked. And look, Rosey bleeding from the mouth from the abuse of Chuck Palumbo.
We saw that huge right hand, probably the culprit of the blood oozing from the mouth of Rosey, who's attempting to get back to his feet. You can hear this crowd.
Chuck Palumbo's just so physical.
This crowd exuding Rosey to get back to his feet. Now Chuck Palumbo, nice sidewalk slam by Rosey, but you can see the effects that things have taken on Rosey, unable to stay on his feet.
That's right, Rosey cannot get it back together because Chuck Palumbo has been wrestling a very smart match. Keep the pressure on Rosey and keep him down on the mat to where he can't take advantage of his size.
Both men get back to their feet. Who's going to be able to take advantage? Chuck Palumbo first with a big right hand.
He just rocked Rosey. Oh, Rosey hooked and gave him a shot to the back.
Oh! Those big clubs, those big left forearms by Rosey. The lefty, and now power slam.
Looks like Rosey's ready to fly. Oh, man!
Drops the leg straight on the face of Chuck Palumbo. This could be enough. Here's a cover. No hook of the leg, and Chuck Palumbo gets that right shoulder up.
I think Rosey would have had him if he'd have hooked the leg, and Palumbo again poking right in the eye.
Now Palumbo ramming Rosey into the corner, stunning Rosey at least for the time being.
But Rosey with a big reversal, whipping Chuck in the corner and misses.
Wait, nobody. Oh, Chuck Palumbo on the ropes.
The International Organization of Italian Businessmen kick.
Will that stun Rosey enough? And it does. A boot to the face finishes off Rosey.
Let's take another look at that, Coach.
One more time. Palumbo on the ropes and out.
Watch this kick as he puts the Chuck Taylors right in the face of Rosey and puts Rosey to sleep for good.
Welcome back to Heat, and Coach, we're in Canada now, but let's go to England with William Regal. You like that?
You're an idiot.
I mean, English style, representing Great Britain.
Well, speaking of Canada, Christian making it very clear that SmackDown needs a dose of vitamin C, a little C squared, and I couldn't agree more. Certainly, I don't want Christian to leave Raw, but wherever Christian goes, he's going to be a huge, huge star.
Scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring from Blackpool, England, weighing 240 pounds, William Regal.
Coach, I was actually shocked at the population there. There were so many Christian fans last week watching Raw. They loved Christian.
Well, obviously we were north of the border. Obviously the fans in Canada are much wiser and smarter than our fans in the United States. That goes without saying.
So right now, William Regal taking on Sinn here on Sunday Night Heat. And Coach, Sinn, as you can tell, plenty of muscle, but will he be able to handle the unorthodox style of William Regal?
Well, sometimes when you're not used to taking on a competitor like a William Regal, you struggle with his style because, as you said, very unorthodox is William Regal. And packs a heavy punch, I might add.
William Regal, the former World Tag Team Champion with Tajiri, of course, but tonight Regal goes alone, and as you can see, Sinn, kind of a brick house here, Coach.
And we haven't seen William Regal go solo, so to speak, in a long time, but as Maven alluded to earlier, Tajiri is off tonight with some personal reasons that he needs to attend to back home in Los Angeles.
A forearm right into the face of Sinn, who has a big opportunity tonight if he can knock off the man from Blackpool, England.
Well, this is a time in WWE where everybody, including a Sinn, a cover here, including a William Regal, needs to impress, because if Sinn can defeat William Regal, who knows? Eric Bischoff's watching. You know the coach is sitting right here.
Right.
You never know when you're going to be signed. You never know what show you could go to. So it's all about auditioning every single night. But right now, Sinn is realizing very quickly why William Regal is very difficult to compete against.
Well, it could be William Regal's last match on the Raw side, especially here on Sunday Night Heat. He could be drafted tomorrow night.
And I've been trying to catch a gauge of the guys backstage. Wow.
Look at that left hand.
I talked about that punch, of whether or not the guys want to go over to SmackDown, want to stay here on Raw, what their feelings are, how they feel about it. And to a man, I think each one of them doesn't really care. They're just worried about taking a step forward, whether it's on SmackDown or on Raw. Some guys, quite frankly, would love a change.
Well, certainly, as you mentioned earlier, Christian, one of those guys who seems to want to go to SmackDown. Others have been a little less vocal, just kind of wait and see approach, and we will see tomorrow night as the month-long draft lottery commences on Monday Night Raw.
I think there is that allure of wanting to face a John Cena, a guy who is arguably as hot as any superstar we've seen in several years.
Sinn trying the drop kick, but Regal wisely holding onto that rope, and Sinn gets nothing but mat. And look at Regal going for the win. A 2-0.
You know, every one of those slams, every one of those moves from William Regal is done so completely differently than anybody else does them. So how do you prepare for that?
I don't think you do, but on the other hand, Regal's probably seen no footage of Sinn, has no idea what Sinn's bringing to the table, so both these men just kind of feeling each other out right now, and it's been Regal who's gotten more of the feel.
Yeah, I think Sinn is saying, hey, why don't I let my chin fill out William Regal? I think that's what he's saying.
Right now it's his chest taking all the abuse. Regal, the Irish whip into the corner, and a good one, and then a back elbow. And now Regal again. Up. Oh, my. Wow. Sinn landed right on his neck. Regal trying to drag his carcass over for the cover. How is he still in this match?
I have no idea why in the world he attempted to kick out, or how in the world he attempted to kick out.
Well, Sinn certainly knows tonight's a big night in his career, but it could be the last night of his career if Regal lands another move like that.
It could be over, and that would not be a good thing. You never want anybody to get hurt.
And now Regal, another cover. Sinn again. I don't think Sinn knows where he is, much less how he's going to come back and win this match.
Sometimes your senses just tend to take over. Or sometimes your senses just take a knee to the side of the head.
It's the knee trembler, and it's a win for William Regal.
Here is your winner, William Regal.
Well, you got to wonder if William Regal will be one of Eric Bischoff's Crusaders this coming Sunday. I mean, keep in mind, his partner Tajiri will be in competition at ECW's One Night Stand.
Well, that scary sounding music means that a scary looking man is on his way to the ring, and there he is.
Yeah, but you don't have to hide behind the table, man. Come on, he's not going to do anything to you. Get up here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 307 pounds, Snitsky. And from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 207 pounds, Phil Atlas.
Josh, put yourself in Phil Atlas's shoes for just a minute.
No, look at Phil Atlas.
You get a
got
phone
white
call.
tights on, for crying out loud.
You get a phone call. You're going to be on Heat. You call your friends and family. You have them all come down to the arena. You're a hometown boy. And then you find out you're wrestling Snitsky.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in the ring right now if I was Phil Atlas. If I was Phil Atlas, I would beg and plead to be somebody else right now. I would have left hours ago.
Well, he'll be leaving sooner than later, I can assure you of that. Snitsky outweighs Phil Atlas by a mere 100 pounds.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you think Phil Atlas stands a chance, turn the channel.
As we mentioned last week on Heat, Snitsky hasn't lost a match in, I don't think, the year 2008 so far, at least on Heat. In a singles match, no one's come close to knocking off Snitsky because of the power and strength that he possesses.
Phil Atlas, he looked like a mosquito, a little bug just angering the big and mean Snitsky, and now Snitsky is in full control, and Snitsky can pretty much do whatever he wants right now to Phil Atlas.
Look at Snitsky now using some pace here. Oh.
Hey, Atlas might want to find one and get out of here.
Yeah, I think Phil Atlas told everyone the after party is going to be at the local hospital in the cafeteria. But we don't know quite yet what Phil's injuries are going to be, but they will be substantial as Snitsky wrenches away on the Canadian.
Snitsky right now is just having fun, toying with this young man in the ring right now. Look at the way Snitsky just picks him up, puts him down. It's like a rag doll.
Well, just like there's some football players and rugby players who didn't really seem like they cared about winning or losing. They just wanted to punch people in the face and step on them and hurt them. That's what Snitsky's all about. He takes pleasure in your pain.
Did you say rugby?
It's an international show, Josh. Some people don't think football is American football. I'm begging you to get on board.
Then they should go away, too. That's basically my opinion about it. So, there you go, Todd Grisham.
Well, speaking of football, Snitsky played at the University of Missouri here in the United States and was, as you can imagine, quite a handful for his opponents. And look at this, though. Phil Atlas, a moment of sunshine, and boy, it quickly turned to darkness. A big boot from Snitsky lands right on the button. And if Snitsky so chooses, this match can end right here, right now. And it has. Pump handle slam. Good night, Phil Atlas.
Well, as Jim Ross, the Hall of Famer, would say, business is about to pick up. Joey Styles might say, oh my God. Mike Adamle would probably say, have mercy, much like he did this past week on ECW.
And Snitsky says, raw. One of the most destructive forces the WWE has to offer has won again on Heat.